Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. Today, we're going to be diving into my two favorite picks for what is coming inside of DeFi. Decentralized finance was so big in 2020. We saw massive amounts of rally and price appreciation coming inside of the DeFi sector, and most people have kind of forgot about it and overlooked it with the recent rise inside of NFTs. Today, I'm going to be talking about my two favorite picks, some that I've already talked about on this channel, some that I just recently opened leverage positions in because I think that these things are about to explode. People that are jumping into DeFi right now, right before the hype sets in my opinion, are going to be setting themselves up to make some of the biggest gains over the rest of this cycle. This is something you're not going to want to miss out on. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 21,000 members and growing. Links are provided for you in the description for the people that want to sign up and join my community. On top of that, if you're new, just getting into these markets and you want extra educational content, you can also download my free ebook by also finding the link in the description for that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Now, as we jump into this video, I got a couple quick updates I wanted to give you guys before we get into the analysis. Number one, I'm still looking for a web dev for Web3. I'm looking to launch an NFT project with a world famous artist. And so if you guys actually know somebody, please reach out to me. I have email in the description to go ahead and get a hold of me. On top of that, remember that at the end of the month, I'm also closing off the discount on my video course signals and beginner course bundle. You guys are going to be able to get all three of those for 50% off. And so if you've been waiting to join my group, you want to get access to the signals, and most importantly, you want to know what I'm doing with my money at the end of the year when I take profits, what I'm moving my money into after crypto, you guys are definitely going to want to join that group. Links are all in the description for all of that. So guys, let's jump into today's video and let's talk about one of my favorite cryptocurrencies that has actually performed exceptionally well over the last week. Now, this is a crypto I've talked about a lot on this channel. It's one that I've personally felt that is going to perform very well to close out the end of the year, and I've drawn a couple different parallels as to why. Now, SushiSwap is merely just a decentralized exchange like Uniswap, except SushiSwap is far superior in just about every way. Now, aside from the fact that Uniswap is about 7x larger, so it's 7 times more undervalued in my opinion, and on top of that, they're also launching an NFT marketplace, a decentralized NFT marketplace. And so I think that this one is going to be far superior in every way. It's already better to use, it's easier to use, and I just think it's a better product in general. And so SushiSwap has been looking very solid, and we actually had a strong buyback after this recent sell-off. Now in my later videos, this is pretty much what I was talking about all the way back down in here. I said that Sushi was looking like an exceptional buy, and then in my Discord server, we actually longed with leverage once we retested this previous support level. So as you guys can see here, this was resistance over here. It became support, support, resistance throughout this bear market bottom that we saw. And then we actually flipped it on support. And so we took leverage positions in my Discord right here, and it's actually performed exceptionally well. I wasn't necessarily expecting this type of a green candle to come in, but whenever it happens, you know, obviously you're happy about it. Now, nonetheless, guys, even though we got in a little bit earlier, this is still really undervalued. This is still going to be taking off a lot. And one of my favorite comparisons that I ever try to make with you guys here is simply taking a look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum looked almost identical to what we're seeing here today. Let's pull up the chart from all the way back here. Ethereum did this exact same type of a setup in the last cycle. It looks very much the same in my opinion. And what is gearing up for Sushi is actually the wave 3. So here we get the top of the cycle. Up here it was for Ethereum, right here it was for Sushi. We kind of stopped, correct for a little bit. That was this move here. Now, Sushi actually had a pretty strong bounce back up. On Ethereum, it wasn't so much. And then we go for our final low, right? So this is capitulation. And where we are right now is somewhere right around this move, gearing up for the breakout of this high. And here's what actually happened to Ethereum once it actually started taking off. It went from $6 all the way up here to $450. And so it was a very massive move. But that's literally what's to be expected inside of a wave 3. Wave 3 are generally the biggest. Wave 3 are generally the most parabolic, where the most new money actually starts coming into the market. And so this entire move for SushiSwap is simply just a one-wave impulse. And so with the whole market gearing up for some massive price appreciation, I believe that Sushi is going to be one of those leaders in the DeFi space. I believe DeFi and NFTs are going to go up significantly, and that's where the majority of our value in this cycle is going to be made. And so by finding SushiSwap, not only are they a DeFi protocol, not only do they issue and allow us to basically make trades on a decentralized application, but they're also partnering and making an NFT marketplace. And so they're actually combining with the NFT hype. I only think that this is going to benefit it. And with us gearing up for a wave 3 based off of Elliott waves, I think that all of the precedents that they've been building is perfectly pinpointing to a massive price appreciation that is going to be coming. And it's my apparent philosophy, I guess you could say, that I think that we're going to see $100 SushiSwap. That's my personal belief. If we come over here and pull up some Fibonacci targets, we have to go to at least the 1618, but I think that that's a very small target. $100 would take us all the way up here, pretty close to the 4236. And so I honestly think that we're going to get a lot of extension. I don't think that these fibs are going to mean a whole lot, because when it comes to following a one-wave impulse, one waves are always the smallest. They're what starts the hype. But when the wave 3 really starts to take in, this is the one where it just pretty much goes straight parabolic. And so I've seen a number of different assets perform exceptionally well into their wave 3s. I've made a ton of money off of buying the wave 1 impulse and then selling into wave 3. And that's literally what we're gearing up for right now. And so with the end of the cycle approaching, I think that this thing's going to heat up, go so parabolic, way more parabolic than people even realize. And I do believe that we're going to be seeing Sushi at over $100. And so with us being at just under 15 bucks, it's still really undervalued. In my opinion, this is one of the safer picks that you can have out there, simply because of the fact it's one of the most advanced cryptos out there. Tons of adoption. A lot of people use SushiSwap, and with them launching an NFT marketplace, I simply don't think you can go wrong holding this. So watch out for SushiSwap. Now, next up is going to be Aave. Now, Aave was another one that we opened margin long positions for because of the fact I saw this as a massive retest of this level here. So notice, guys, how many times have we reacted at this level? Once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we retested it once again. But this most recent retest was a little bit different, right? This was retesting as support, and then we sold through, and this became resistance. Well, at this point here, when we broke back above this level, and we fell back down onto this green line, this was a support and resistance flip, right? This was support for a long time. We sold below it, it became resistance here. And then at this move, once we flipped back above it, we went long, open margin long positions at about $333. And this one's performed really well alongside of SushiSwap. Sushi a little bit better, but not much. And so this is one that I'm really bullish on because it's one of the leaders of the DeFi space. If we look and compare it to what we've seen up to this point, Aave's had one of the biggest runs out of the entire market. It's been one of the better performing cryptos in the entire crypto space. And what we're gearing up for next is simply going to be a major blow off top type of move. I personally see us going well above $2,000 per Aave. Currently sitting at just under 400. I think that this thing could easily hit 5,000 as well. We don't know how crazy parabolic this thing's going to get to close out the end of the year. But based off of what we're seeing across the board on a number of other altcoins, I think that this one's going to continue to lead for a long time. Now, when we look at the average chart, the DeFi chart, pretty much everything kind of combined into an average price chart, this one looks a lot like that chart, and it just shows that there's a lot of money inside of Aave when it comes to comparing it to the rest of the DeFi space. And I believe that this one's going to continue to do its thing. And so if you're looking for a safe pick, you're looking for safe exposure to DeFi, I don't think you can really go wrong having Aave in your portfolio. This, in my opinion, is going to be one of those exceptional margin longs. You know, we longed down here and had the buyback, but it's still pulling back and giving us another good entry. So if you guys are watching this and you want some low leverage long positions, in my opinion, this is one of the safer ones that I've actually picked out for myself. I'm currently long. I think that it's a good time with us retesting previous resistance as support, that if you're going to go long, you might as well pick it up in a dip, and we are having a little bit of a dip here. It could go a little bit lower nonetheless. but it doesn't necessarily matter. Accumulating it inside of this dip, in my opinion, is going to be very profitable. And so you guys really need to watch out for this one. Alongside SushiSwap, I truly believe the Aave is going to be leading the market in a big way, and it already has done so far. So, I mean, picking the ones that have performed well, sticking to those is one of the best sound strategies, one of the safest strategies that you can have inside of a bull market. And I think that this one's really going to continue to assert itself. I think DeFi has kind of been forgotten about for the most part, and I do believe that that's going to change very soon. Now, as we wrap up this video, guys, let's actually take a look at the DeFi index. Now, the DeFi index has only been around for a short period of time, but this just looks a lot like many of the DeFi coins out there. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because this is literally just an index of all of the major DeFi protocols, all of the money inside of DeFi. It's kind of combined inside of this one chart. And so if we know what this chart's doing, we can pretty much say the same for the rest of the DeFi cryptos out there. And you're going to notice that they all look very similar. Now, this is one that I'm really bullish on because a couple different reasons. First off, let's draw this level here. Now, if you guys notice, this was resistance over here for a little while. It became support. In this dip, it became resistance once again. And this is us simply flipping it as support. And so this is a major buyback. See these wicks that came in here at the lows? This is exactly what we want to see anytime price flips a resistance level and it becomes support. And so now that we're seeing this type of a buyback, we're pretty close to those all-time highs. And I think that this one's going to make a run for those all-time highs, and we're going to continue to see this thing go parabolic. Now, it's my apparent belief that when this thing takes off and goes into new all-time highs, we're going to see another major DeFi push. We're going to see a lot of these DeFi protocols doing exceptionally well. And I think that the end of the year is going to be a really strong period for NFTs and DeFi combined. Maybe the combination of both. That's why I've liked EcoFi specifically, is because they've literally combined both DeFi and NFTs into one. And that's why I believe that they're going to perform very well. And we're seeing the early signs of all of this. We've seen DeFi starting to outperform the rest of the market. We're seeing a lot of DeFi cryptos that are looking like they're ready to make new all-time highs very soon. Lots of support and resistance flips on higher time frames. And this is exactly what you want to see when it comes to picking good trends to hold on to for the course of the rest of this year. Because the rest of this year, guys, remember, it's going to be very parabolic. We're going to see a lot of money to be made. The majority of our profit will be made in the next 3 months. And so when it comes to finding what is actually going to outperform the majority of the market inside of that final 3 months, in my opinion, DeFi has always been kind of the outlier of this cycle. It started off with Chainlink, because remember, Chainlink started DeFi. If it wasn't for Chainlink, we would not have DeFi right now. And so that's why I believe we saw Chainlink take off in 2018 and 2019. Now we're starting to see DeFi take off. Well, we saw it take off in 2020. Now we've seen NFTs taking off in 2021. I believe that the whole market as a whole is going to be simply taking off for the rest of this year, specifically DeFi and NFTs leading the way. And so if you guys want to check this out, you guys can look at these charts. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Remember that I'm looking for a Web3 dev, so reach out to me. And if you guys would also like to simply join the Discord server, download my free ebook, links are all in the description for that. Now, one more final thing, guys. Remember that at the end of this month, I'm going to be closing off the discount. So it's the biggest discount that I'm ever going to do on this channel. If you guys want to get into my Discord server, know what I'm doing inside the crypto markets at the end of the year, where I'm scaling out, what prices I'm scaling out, what time frames I'm scaling out, and most importantly, where I'm reinvesting profits into, what stocks, what commodities, and different things like that. Check the link in the description to go ahead and sign up, buy that bundle, get in my Discord server, and save yourselves a lot of heartache when it comes to selling at the end of the year and potentially missing out on a lot of the gains to be had. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.